It is 8:05 a.m. Good morning, everybody. There are still a lot of crunchies on that crunchy board. So it looks like they really didn't enjoy using it, or they haven't figured out how to use it. I might leave it here. Maybe I'll put it on the table for a little while, then I'll put it back on the floor. Everybody looks hungry because they didn't eat the crunchies. But they had 2 big meals yesterday. So today, this cat bed is out from underneath the day sofa, but the runner's still by the shelf. Yeah, everything still looks fairly neat. I was going to have a little bit of playtime with them before I start cleaning up, because over the past few days what I usually do is I come here, clean up, then give them their breakfast, but I'm going to have a little bit of playtime. I should also mention it's a bit cool in this room because the window was open maybe 1/4 of an inch last night. They do like getting the fresh air, smelling what's going on outside, and stuff like that. Today, the new air purifier is supposed to arrive, so it'll be really interesting to see if that makes the air quality in here better, because there are 3 litter boxes, and the litter that I bought at the supermarket is way more dusty than the Dr. Elsie's litter. So I went back to buying the Dr. Elsie's litter. I still have some more of the supermarket litter to use. I might just use that like in the other litter boxes in the house where there is more like airflow and ventilation. So that's the situation. That's why I got the air purifier, really to cut down on any dust particles that might be, you know, floating around from the litter. So the cats and I just had about a ½ hour of playtime. They had a lot of playtime. So now it's time to clean up the room, scoop the litter, and give them breakfast, because Stella and Boo are on the other side of the door and they're like, why am I not playing with them and why are they not eating? So come on, cats, let's get moving. It's about 1:10 p.m. and here's Boo. He just had a sneezing fit, unlike anything I've seen before with any of the cats. Like, I walked into the kitchen and he like ran under the table like he was guilty of doing something, and I was looking around, and the only time he's ever done that is like when he was trying to steal some meat off of a counter, because I don't allow the cats on kitchen counters. They're not allowed on the kitchen table and they're not allowed on the kitchen counter. So if for some reason they are on either and I walk into the room, then they jump off really fast. But it did not seem like he was jumping off of anything. It was just like he was, I don't know, running from a corner of the kitchen to under the kitchen table. And then he just started, I think it was sneezing. Like at first I couldn't figure out if he was sneezing or trying to cough up a hairball. I honestly at first thought it was a hairball, but then I was like, no, maybe he's sneezing. So I'm not actually sure it was sneezing or trying to cough up a hairball. It was either sneezing or coughing. It was one of those. So then what I did was I had some canned food in the refrigerator, so I got out some herbs, some immunity herbs, because, you know, Boo's FIV positive and I do have herbs for that. So I gave him some of those herbs just to boost his immunity a little bit in some canned food, and he ate most of it. I put a few crunchies on top too. So the only time in the past when Boo had a sneezing fit was because of a candle that I had. I had one of those pet candles. They're supposed to be good, you know, if you have pets, you can burn a scented candle in the house and it's not supposed to affect the pets, but Boo kept having sneezing fits every time I used the candle, so I got rid of the candle, sneezing fits went away. So yeah, I don't know what's going on today. But as I'm standing here, I'm feeling like I am starting to get congested or stuffy, so that's kind of weird. It's about 1:15 p.m. and the air purifier just arrived. Hello, Goldie. So this is a Levoit Core Mini Air Purifier. It says it captures 97% of airborne particles, 0.3 microns in size, 178 square feet ideal room size based on 2 times per hour air exchange. Quiet filtration, aromatherapy, easy 1-button control, 360 air intake. And then here's the side of the box. So with regards to aromatherapy, it says add essential oils to the aroma pad to create a calming space. We're not going to be doing that. Clears allergens, activated carbon, filter, fumes, smoke, and odors. Quiet as a whisper. And the package contents are the mini air purifier, 3-stage filter, pre-installed, aroma pad, pre-installed, AC power adapter, and user manual. And Sammy's been rubbing up against me as I'm reading this. And there's Richard. It also says it is sleep friendly. The display lights automatically dim after 1 minute, ideal for cozy spaces. So the reason why I got this small one is because this is a small room. And 1-button control. Choose between fan speeds 1, 2, and 3 with 1 button. So the last time that I had an air purifier was when I lived in New York City. I had an apartment in Manhattan, and yeah, there was a lot of pollution. Like, my windowsills would constantly just be covered in black soot. So I used an air purifier in my apartment, but then when I moved across the river to New Jersey, I stopped using it. I didn't need it anymore. I was not getting as much black soot all over my windowsills. And actually, since I've moved to this house, it's been the best yet. Before, even at my where I used to live in New Jersey, even there I got a good amount of black soot on the windowsills. I was much closer to New York City than I am here. So here it's not as bad. Anyway, I'm going to open this up and set it up, and let's see how it works. So it says before using, remove the power adapter and plastic from the filter, which means I had to take this apart, and then this was in plastic. So I took the plastic off this. This is the filter. It goes in the bottom. And then I guess I just put the top back on. So the top goes back on the bottom, and you twist it, and there it is. So this is the mini one. It's probably about 1 foot tall. So it's not that many. What is going on here? Look at this. Look. So there's little Eva sitting in the litter box and little Richard in the cubbyhole. And there's Nancy. What are you doing, Nancy? I scooped out the litter this morning, so all the litter's clean. I put it here on the table. They say you should have 15 inches of clearance, like on all sides of it, which I pretty much do. Right now it's on level 1. It's totally quiet. And I know it's on. I can feel air movement on top. Let's put it on level 2. So this is level 2. And it just sounds like a quiet fan. There's Sammy. Hopefully they're not going to knock this over. I'll push it more on the table. So that's level 2. Not bad at all. I actually find it to be a very relaxing sound. And then this is level 3. Level 3 is obviously louder than the other 2 levels, but it's still not that bad. I mean, I'd probably keep this on level 2. It's hard to see with the light. That's off. Level 1, level 2. I'm going to keep it on level 2 right now, and we'll see how it goes. I should also mention that I have it plugged into my solar generator, and it's only pulling 2 watts. It's pulling 2 watts on level 2. So I'm actually going to turn this off right now, and I'm going to turn it back on later when it gets colder outside, like later today. Because right now it's very sunny out. It's a beautiful day. It's probably, I don't know, in the 50s or 60s, so it's quite warm in this room. I just opened the window about 2 inches, so I'm going to get some air from outside in here. And yeah, I'll use the purifier later when I close the window. It is almost 6 p.m. and the cats are having some dinner right now. The other cats all just ate. These cats are having some canned food. There's 2 cans of food on each platter. Half of it is chicken and then half is chicken and salmon. They have crunchies on top. You hungry? Is everybody out here? How many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, they're all out. Okay, you guys hungry? Is anybody gonna rub up against me? Who's rubbing up against me? Anybody? You guys are gonna headbutt each other. Oh, Sammy rubbed up against me. Who else is gonna rub up against me? Goldie? Goldie's smelling me. Zinky, you gonna rub up against me? Who's rubbing up? Nancy? I got Nancy a little bit. I got Nancy a little bit. Who else? Who else? Who else is rubbing me? You gonna rub me, Nancy? Nope, you missed that time. It's about 9:15 p.m. I put a new toy attachment on the wand, and little Richard's going crazy. He's like growling at it. It's like this. It's not like a bird, it's like this thing. I don't even know what it is, like a tail or something. Oh my god, he's really getting into it. Here's Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. You're so pretty. Ziggy, you know how pretty you are. Ziggy, you're a pretty girl. Pretty girl, Ziggy. Ziggy, you're so pretty. You want a fish? You like the fish. You don't want it? Hey, Richard. There's Nancy. She's hanging out by the windows. She likes to watch from the shelf, and then she joins in. And look at little Eva. Hey, little Eva. How are you, little Eva? That's one of her favorite spots. She likes to hang out there when we play. Right, Eva? Right, Eva? So we just had a whole bunch of playtime, like 25 minutes of playtime. And now I have some food. So we're gonna have a snack. Now it's snack time. So I have a large can, 12.5 ounce can of food from Tractor Supply. I think it's like their mixed grill. Okay, so Sammy's rubbing up against me. Nancy came really close. And then tonight we had some salad shrimp. So the other cats had some, and I'm putting a few on each platter. And then some crunchies. You guys want a snack? Who wants a snack? You want a snack? Where's Ringo? Ringo! There he is. See, I think he knows his name. Snack time. Snack time. Who wants a snack? You guys had dinner. You know you had dinner. So that's their snack. I have the air purifier on, level 2 right now. I put some new litter in all the litter boxes, like I topped them up. These cats eat like they haven't eaten all day, but this is their third meal. So what I think is starting to happen is that when I come in the room, they're starting to think it's going to be playtime, which they like. So I want to try to reinforce that. So I think every time I come in the room, or at least 2 to 3 times a day when I come in the room, I'll make sure to play with them for a few minutes, if not longer than that.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
Hey, Ringo. Ooh, he came so close to me.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 7:30 a.m. and I am really not happy right now. So I just got notified by a tree company, which is outside. You could see them parked on my front lawn. They're going to be removing 3 large trees that are between my house and my neighbor's house. Now, I like these trees. I like having these trees here, especially there's one giant white cedar, which is a really nice tree. They're going to be taking down all the trees, and they needed permission to park on my lawn, so I gave them permission, but I also told them they better not mess up my greenhouse. If there's any damage to my greenhouse, then they're liable for it. And I told them, you know, they better be careful taking these trees down. I'm not happy about this. So I also found out that the person that will be moving into the house next door is like a family member of the people that used to live there, and she's actually downsizing. I think she's an older woman, and she sold the house that she was living in, and she's downsizing to this house because it's a smaller house. They said she wanted the trees down because they're too close to the house and they have a new roof, and I don't know, I'm just not happy about this at all. I mean, because it's going to be a major change. I really like those trees. I feel bad for all the squirrels and the animals that have homes in them. So Boo's a bit freaked out because of the chainsaws right now. Look at this. So 5 minutes ago I looked outside and there was a tree next to my house. And right now, look at that. It's on the back of a truck down the block. That's how big that tree was. Do you see how big the tree was? That was a very big old white cedar. It's so sad that they took it down. Today is fish day for the cats, so they're having some of the Earthborn Holistic Harbor Harvest. And I don't know where Splash is. He's probably hiding because of all the chainsaw noise. So I'm gonna go look for him. And I've not done anything with the foster room, the kitten room today. So I want to get these cats fed first because they are, you know, all nerved up because of all the noise. So hopefully no one's gonna vomit. Hopefully they'll just remain calm. I was gonna shut the door and just leave them down here, but I don't know where Splash is. So I found Splash. He's under the bed. I just gave him some food. Good morning, everybody. It is 8:20 a.m. Good morning, Ziggy. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning, Goldie. Good morning, Nancy. Look what they did here. Look. They pulled this entire cat bed unit out of the shelf. I don't even know what you call this. This would be like the cubby bed unit. They pulled it all out. I wonder why they did that. So last night I gave them catnip. They still haven't figured out this crunchy board. So there's catnip on it along with crunchies. And I put some catnip like on the rug, on the floor, on the towel, on the day sofa. And I don't know if they're immune to catnip because like I think only one of the torties really reacted to it. The other ones really didn't even care about it. So I'm wondering if they're immune to catnip. Hey guys. I mean, they do like the catnip toys, but I think they just like toys with, you know, in general. Sammy has been getting a lot of pets right now. They're probably like, what is going on? I'm very happy they're not outside while these trees are being taken down. Even though this tree company is working very efficiently. I was watching, and so they have a crane outside, and what they do is first they send guys up into the tree to take down like all the lower branches, and then they just attach the crane to the top of the tree, and then they cut off like the top half of the tree, and the crane just lifts it up and out. So it's kind of wild. Look at this. What are you guys doing? They're totally shredding the inside of this. Can you see how much more shredded it is? So maybe they just want a cardboard box. Maybe what I should do, which is probably a lot cheaper, I should measure these like these squares, and I could just order cardboard boxes that fit the squares. The cats might actually like those better. And they'd be cheaper probably than these. I think these are almost $10 each. You know, usually you get a box for a few dollars, so something to think about. And everyone else is hiding because of the noise, so I'm going to clean up the room and we'll get everyone started on their day. And here's the air purifier. It's been running on level, what level? So I think this was on level 1 all night. It might have been on level 2 all night. I don't know exactly. I can't remember what I put it on. I know I shut it down to level 1 when I was filming videos yesterday. I might have left it on level 1. Right now it's on level 2. I mean, it smells good in here. It doesn't smell like a litter box or anything, so maybe it's doing its job. So I just turned the air purifier off. I want to actually open it up and take a look at the filter, see what the filter is looking like. I know it's only been running for like 1 night. I'm just curious to see if I do notice discoloration or debris on the filter. So the way that this works is it pulls air in through the bottom, through the filter, and then the air comes out the top. And for a small unit like this, it's actually doing a good job creating air circulation in this room. Even though I have the window open maybe like 1/3 of an inch, the window's really not helping to create air circulation because there's no crossed ventilation or anything. But this is actually creating a good amount of air circulation in here, so that's good. So here's the filter, and after just 1 night, like you can see, do you see like all these dots on it? That's dust. And like, can you see around here? See the dark spots around the top of the edge? Watch this. That's dust. This is litter dust. See that? Do you see there's like dark spots, but I can move them with my finger? Yeah, that's litter dust. All of these spots on here, that's all litter dust. So I am really happy that I got this, and it's definitely doing its job after just 1 night. I mean, it's definitely making a difference. It's pulling all of that litter dust out of the air. So that is really good. Now they say to change these filters every few months, so I have to look into that. I don't know if some people are saying that they're just rinsing them out. Other people are saying that, you know, you definitely want to replace the filter, but I'm just happy it's doing its job right now, so that is good. Hopefully this is money well spent. Do you see what's in the middle of the road right now? So I'm outside taking my garbage cans in, and look what's in the middle of the road. That was in one of the garbage cans because I found that in the garage. I was using it for one of the outside cats. I have no idea which one. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna toss it because, you know, it's been in the garage. It's not clean or anything. Yep, and there it is in the middle of the road. So, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a sign, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this outside for any visiting cats. I'll just put some dry cat food in it and I'll put it outside. All of the trees are gone, and I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but it actually feels really good because now I'm getting so much more sun. Those trees used to block so much sun, and now I'm getting so much more sun. I was just downstairs washing out the water bowl for the kittens, and my entire house started shaking. Like, my entire basement was vibrating, and I was like, what is going on outside? So I came upstairs, and as I was coming up the steps, I was like, they're probably grinding out the stumps. And sure enough, they ground out the stump for the really large cedar, and they're in the process of grinding out the stump for the cherry. And they better not be messing up the side of my house because, yeah, it looks crazy. So that's the stump they're in the middle of grinding. You can see it's right on the property line. I don't even know if it's their tree. For all I know, it could be my tree. I have no idea whose tree it is. Then they put up like that piece of wood. But it's very close to, see where the water bowl is that I keep for the outside cats? It's really close to that. And it's kind of ironic because it was like yesterday or the day before that I was editing the video where I was showing the vines hanging in the trees and how the vine was, you know, just dangling, and I didn't want it to fall on anybody. And now the trees are gone. Today the trees are gone. So this is how powerful, you know, thoughts are. Be careful what you say, be careful what you wish for, because 2 months later, there it is. I wanted to remove those vines and now they're gone. Alright, so for breakfast today, their cats are having some canned fish. So they're having Earthborn Holistic Monterey Medley, along with Trader Joe's Ocean Whitefish, Salmon, and Rice dinner. That's been discontinued, but I still have some cans. And Crutchy's on top. Is everyone here? Who's here? I see 5, 6. Who's missing? One of the torties. Ziggy's missing. Where's Ziggy? Where's Ziggy at? You guys eating? Ready to eat? Okay, who's giving me headbutts? Who's headbutting me? Give me headbutts. Give me headbutts. Come on, girls. Ooh, someone. Ooh, that was Richard. Richard rubbed up against my legs. Who else is gonna rub? Richard's rubbing against my legs. Who else? Who's rubbing? Goldie came close. Give me a pet. Okay, who's giving me a pet? Give me a pet. Richard gives me pets. Richard gives me pets. Sammy gives me pets. Who's giving me a pet? Give me a pet. Come on. You want to eat? You gotta get a pet. Here. Splash lets me pet him before he eats. Okay? Okay. Who wants to eat? You gotta give me a pet. Give me a pet. Come on. Pets before eating. Someone other than these two has to give me a pet. Who's giving me a pet? All right, here. There's your food. Eat the food. Nancy's letting me pet her right now. Nancy, let me pet. Nancy just let me pet her a lot. I don't know if the camera picked it up. I got to pet Nancy really good, so maybe she'll be used to it the next time. Maybe she'll like pets now. She seemed to enjoy it. We have to remember, feral cats don't know what a pet is. Like, they've never been touched by a human before. So being touched by a human is a brand new sensation. One of the torties just went under the day sofa. I'll leave the room so they could eat. It was Ziggy. Maybe she doesn't like fish. No, but she should like fish. Fish is what got her in the trap. Okay, I'll leave so she can eat. It's 12:20 p.m. and this is my boo. And he has made this pillow his cat bed. He's been laying on this for several days now. And what he does is he likes to lay on it while I'm working on videos. So I've been sitting here and working on videos. I have my computer's on the coffee table, and I sit here, and then Boo's been laying on this pillow so he can be next to me while I'm working. And yeah, he loves He loves this pillow. It has become his cat bed. It's 4:30 p.m. Hello. And I just came in the room to put a light on for the cats because it's raining really hard right now. It's been a rainy afternoon, and I've spent pretty much all afternoon editing a video. For some reason it took so long, maybe just because I kept getting interrupted today. And of course my entire morning was unexpectedly taken up with the trees coming down, so I'm just trying to recover as much of today as I can. There's Sammy up there. Let me put a light on. I have this little LED light. It's powered by USB, so I have it hooked up to one of the solar power generators, and I could change the color of it. Like, it's one of those lights you could go through different colors. I keep it on this one because it's most similar to a warm incandescent light, and it gives off just enough light to make the room cozy. So there's Sammy. Now I want to tell you what happened with Sammy. So I came in the room a couple hours ago, and all the cats were sleeping under the day sofa except for Sammy. And she was up, she was looking out the window, so I opened the window just a tiny bit for her. And then I was doing something in this room. I was picking up some plates off the floor from breakfast. And she came up to me and she's like rubbing all up against me, so I was giving her pets, and guess what? Guess what I was able to do? I was able to pick her up. I picked her up the same way I used to pick up Ditto, where I used to kind of put both of my arms, like one arm on each side of her, and I would pick her up, and I picked him up like a vice. It was like a vice grip. That's what I used on her. And I put her in my lap, and then she jumped off. But at least I was able to pick her up. So that was good. She didn't even fight it. Right, Sammy? Right, Sammy? And she was talking a lot today. She's been pretty quiet lately, but today she was talking up a storm. Butt in the air. Elevated butt. Elevated butt. And there's little Richard. And Sammy's rubbing up against my legs right now. So today was not a fun day for the cats. They're all still kind of stressed out. I mean, it was just... Imagine waking up to your doorbell ringing and having a tree company there being like, okay, yeah, we're taking down your trees today, with no advance notice at all. That's basically what happened. I mean, those are the three biggest trees, not actually in my yard, but pretty much just right on the property line. So yeah, it's a big transition, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few days, because it's definitely going to impact that entire side of my house. The environment on that entire side of the house is going to be completely changed. So we'll see what happens. Even last summer when I had the trees trimmed, like I had 2 out of those 3 trees trimmed, then I had other trees trimmed, and just by trimming the trees, it made a huge difference with the amount of sun that I got on the patio, and with the amount of sun that I got on the side of my house, and like all kinds of things started growing. I never had a lot of things growing along the side of that house, but now that the sun was hitting it, all of a sudden like all kinds of like weeds and plants started growing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these trees gone. And it's not like they're going to grow back. They're gone. Unless she plants some kind of new trees. I don't know what her plans are going to be as far as landscaping the yard. So we'll see what happens. Maybe she'll put in some privacy hedges. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Sammy, you see the rain? You see the rain outside? Sammy, you see the rain outside? Yeah, you see it, huh? You don't like it? You remember when you were outside in the rain? Sammy, you remember when you were outside in the rain? Yeah, she says she does. Okay? Okay, you're gonna hang out up there? It's not time to eat yet. You had a late breakfast. Today's fish day, so you guys are gonna get some kind of fish for dinner, okay? It is 6:30 p.m. and the cats are having some canned food. So on the bottom of the platter, they're having some of the Trader Joe's ocean whitefish, salmon, and rice dinner. And then on top of that, they're having some deckhand tuna. I'm just using up cans of food that I have. And then there's some crunchies on top. So, are you guys ready for dinner? You want some dinner? Who's hungry? Are you guys hungry? So it was a perfect day to just sleep. I would have liked to take naps all day. It would have been a perfect day for that. There's Sammy, Nancy, Goldie, Richard, Ziggy, Eva, and Ringo. Hey Ringo, I remember when you used to hide. You used to hide under the day sofa every time I came in the room. And now you're getting brave. Look at this. Hey Ringo. Ooh, he came so close to me. So here's a platter of food with Ringo, Richard, and Ziggy. And here's a platter of food with Goldie, Nancy, and Eva. And there's Sammy. Sammy, why are you not eating? You're not hungry, Sammy? Sometimes she likes to wait until everyone else eats. As I was editing the video today, that was from almost 2 months ago, it was very noticeable to me how much Ringo has grown since that video. He's gotten a lot bigger. I mean, all the cats have gotten a lot bigger, but him especially. And to me, it kind of looks like Ziggy and Goldie are continuing to grow also. I mean, I think all the cats are continuing to grow, although Sammy's still very small. Eva's still very small. But to me, they look like they're getting bigger. So, if you're watching this video and you've been following the journey of these cats, go back and watch some videos from when they were living outside and look at their faces and look at the expressions on their faces when they were living outside and compare those expressions to the faces that you see on these inside videos. The cats look so much happier now. That's one thing that I've noticed. I never see them with a face that looks like they're uncomfortable or that they're in pain or that they're not happy. But if you go look at the videos when they're outside, they didn't always have the happiest of expressions on their faces. So the air purifier has been on level 2 all day. The air feels cleaner, like it's not as dusty as it was. I'm still using the dusty litter from the supermarket. I think I have 1 or 2 more containers of it and then I'm done with that. The other thing that I noticed today is that there's absolutely no cat litter smell in this room. So sometimes, you know, when a cat uses the litter, it can smell for a while after they use it, especially if they take a poop. And I've been in this room multiple times today and there's been absolutely no cat litter smell at all. So that's another plus for using this air purifier. So far I'm really happy that I got it. So I didn't realize that Ringo's on the cleanup crew. Ringo and Richard. Notice how Ringo has his paw on the platter to keep it still. And then he's literally licking it clean. Ziggy might be helping him. I think she's eating up the crunchies though, but he's been licking that platter. There's not going to be any food left for Sammy, but maybe she's not hungry. It's 10:45 p.m. I just came in the room to play with the cats and look at what's floating in the water. It's a fish. Nancy, let's show everyone how nice I could pet you. Here, let's show everyone I could pet you nice now. Come here. But you let me pet you before. Oh, Sammy says I could pet her. Okay, pet you, Sammy. Pet Sammy. Come on, Nancy, come here. Hey, Nancy. Come on over here. Come here. Come on, get some pets. Come on, Nancy, get pets. How you doing, Sammy? How you doing, Sammy? You want to play? Hey, be nice. Be gentle. 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 We're gonna play. Not with my hand, but we're gonna play. Okay? I don't know why she's a little bit worked up right now. Why are you worked up right now? Oh, because of the fish? Yeah? Yeah? Hey, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Hey, don't eat that. It's almost 11 p.m. I've been having some playtime with the cats. They're all enjoying themselves. Look at little Richard. He's all stretched out. All Sammy wants to do is lick that feather toy. She's just been licking it and licking it and licking it. So Richard is letting me brush him with this grooming brush. He even let me brush his tummy. He let me brush his tummy. Now he's getting a little excited. Want me to brush your head like here? Brush the top of your head. Okay. Nice. So thankfully it's not shedding season right now. I mean, the cats are shedding a little bit, but nowhere near as much as they would if it was springtime right now. Anybody want to be brushed? Anybody else want to be brushed? Sammy, you want to be brushed? Sammy, want me to brush you up here? No, you want to play with the balls? Okay. Right now they have 3 electronic toys on. This one, and then this one. So this one here will stop in like 15 minutes. This one stops in 10 minutes, and then this one just goes forever. I actually put another toy inside of it, like that pink ball. And there's a little bit of feather left on the bottom, which is what they're going after now. So as you can see, all the cats are there. I also hung up this wand toy. This is the one that comes on the clamp. Hopefully it'll stay like that for a little while. I'm going to take out the tripod and I'm going to shut the big light off, and then the cats can enjoy their toys for a while. And right before I go to bed, I'll probably shut that one off. Otherwise it'll be on all night. So they'll have a little bit of playtime now. Sammy really likes these electronic toys and stuff. She's really good with them. So, who are we missing right now? Oh, the torties. I think the torties are under the day sofa. Alright, I will let them play, and I'll be back later. This is Nancy. See how nice she lets me pet her now? And this is Ziggy. And Ziggy is not happy with me petting her yet.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
Good morning, Splash. How are you today? Good morning, Simba. The sun just came out. It's really bright right now. You could hardly even see Simba. Good morning, Boo. Did you like your breakfast? So the cats just had their breakfast. They had homemade raw food, and they split a squeeze up on it, and they had some crunchies. I just heard a really weird beeping noise. I wonder what that was from. What was that from, Boo? Let's see what the kittens are up to. Hello. So they took the oval cat bed out from underneath the day sofa. And there's Goldie. Hey, Ziggy. And there's Sammy. Sammy's been rubbing up against me. There's Richard. It's quite warm in this room. I guess with the trees gone, we're getting more morning sun in here. Nancy just came out. I'm gonna open the window a little bit. Also, the litter's a bit stinky right now, so I'm gonna make sure that is scooped. Well, it's usually the first thing I do in the morning in this room is scoop the litter. Last night I put the air purifier on low. I think I'm gonna have to keep it on like the middle level instead. I don't think it's doing enough on low. So I just opened the window about 2 inches and it is really warm. Like I'm standing here and it is really warm from the sun that's coming through. So where the trees were, they would have been blocking most of the morning sun. Usually my patio would only get sun starting like later in the morning because of, you know, the path of the sun and where the trees were. But now it's getting a lot more sun in the morning, which potentially is good. I mean, I always used to wish I was getting more sun in the morning on the patio, and now I am. So we'll see how things go. These are the litter boxes that need to be scooped, and yeah, it's definitely smelling. It definitely feels a bit more dusty in here, so I'm definitely going to keep the purifier on at least level 2. So actually I'm wondering if they're kicking the beds out because maybe it's too hot for them under there. Maybe they want to lay on the cooler floor versus in a warmer bed. So I just opened the window wide. Let's get some fresh air in here. It's 10:20 a.m. I'm just about to feed the cats their breakfast. We're running a little bit late today. So they're having homemade raw food, and then I split a can of food among both of the platters, and then some crunchies on top. Alright guys. Sammy, what you doing up there? Alright, so the litter has been scooped out, the floor has been swept, and the only thing I did not do was vacuum the rug. I also refreshed the water bowl. We good, guys? We good? You hungries? Who's hungries? You hungries? Alright, who's gonna get some pets? Give me some pets. Richard got pets. Sammy got pets. Who else gets pets? Who else gets a pet? Someone else gotta get a pet. Who else wants a pet? Pet. Nancy? Alright, Nancy got a little bit of a pet. Goldie, you gonna get a pet? Who wants a pet? Come on, everybody. Nancy got another pet. Nancy's getting pets. Ooh, Nancy likes her pets. Ringo? Oh, Ringo got a little bit of a pet. Alright, whatever. There. Okay. So that's their food. There's 6 on one platter, 1 on this one. There, I just moved it over. Alright, so I am going to now go and have my breakfast, and I'll check on them in a little while. It's 10:30, and there's just a few crunchies left on the plates. That's it. Good job, everybody. And there's little Eva, and now look at that. Look, the cat tower gets sun at this hour of the day now. How you doing, little Eva? It's 5:07 p.m. and the kittens are going to be having some of the Wholehearted canned turkey pate along with some water mixed in and some crunchies on top. I have 2 platters of this. Hello, cats. Hello, kitties. Who wants to eat? Hey, Nancy. Hey, Eva. Hey, Goldie. Hey, Richard. Hey, Ringo. Who are we missing? We're missing Ziggy. Where's Ziggy at? So I hung up this wand toy a little while ago. I don't know if they played with it at all. Alright guys, you want to eat? This is Nancy. See how nice she lets me pet her now? And this is Ziggy. And Ziggy is not happy with me petting her yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Ziggy, you're going to be the next one. Ziggy, you're going to be the next girl that lets me pet her, okay? See, I don't hurt you. I just pet you. Okay? Okay. All right, I'll let everyone eat. It's 10:45 p.m. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Nancy. I just came in the room to scoop the litter. I was going to come in earlier, then I just got sidetracked with some things tonight, and it's a little bit cool in here, which is odd. I guess the temperature outside went down a bit. The window is still open about 2 inches. I just gave the cats a snack, and Nancy got some really good pets right before they ate, and I even pet Eva. Eva let me pet her. Not for a long time, but just for a little bit. Who's this here? Look at this. That was Ziggy. Come on, Ziggy, come and eat. So there's 1 can of food on each platter, and then there's some dry food. It's really just a snack. You're okay, Ziggy, you're okay. I'll leave the room so they could eat, and yeah, so they'll have a little snack right now. Who am I playing with today? Am I playing Sammy? watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.